Hello, we are live. I'm a little bit late, so I'm just finishing some configurations in here to start sharing my screen. Let me open my Notion. By the way, I think I can start sharing like that. Just let me arrange my second screen. How's it going? Send me a message in the chat if you are hearing me well. I think it's Felipe that's watching me. Hi, Felipe. Send me a message in there, man. In the chat. Just a hi or is it just a robot? I'm not sure. So I'll try anyways. I'm not getting a reply. It's okay. If the sound it isn't good, I can do another live about the same subject. And we can cut the initial part too after this record. I will start sharing my screen. Let me transition again. And now you are seeing my Notion. And this is my personal Notion. So I have some projects in here. I have one thing that we call the inside the Notion. Starting about the description that we have today, going directly hands-on inside the Notion. So I have some pages inside, and you can put it one inside of the other ones. When you create some tables, you can move these pages inside the tables, and we will do these parts together too. I have some notes about the different stuff in here. Something that my whole life I started creating and connecting with what I had in mind for me, the goals that I want in my life, the projects that I want to do it. It's possible to use a Notion for habit tracker, but for that I use a spreadsheet. It's a template, by the way, inside my course. But you can create habit trackers in here. By the way, we will see that today using the templates. What do we have for today? I will remember you guys. Let me open my channel because I added in there this inside the description. Let me put a zoom. I think it's not that. I didn't prepare any PPT for this. Hi, Felipe. I'm seeing now in chat. Thanks, man. I think you are hearing me. You hearing me well. Let me just put in a zoom in here. So we'll pass through these bullets, not necessarily in this order. Some of them we'll talk about in the middle of the other ones, but we will create together a workspace that is similar with that. So this is workspace is like Eric's Notion. So you can create a different space for different teams or for yourself. It will be enough. We'll not talk about the plans and pricing of Notion, but you can check that in their site. But for personal use, yes, I'm using it's free. We'll talk about how to create editing pages, text formatting. Don't remember exactly the correct pronunciation. Anyways, we'll do creation and editing lists, tables, We will use some templates. I will show you how. We will make some journal like a Stoic. If you never heard about it, it's something that in most part of my videos, shorts, and lives I talk about it. It's very important to do that to help you plan and replan when necessary and deal and cope better with instability and chaos. This is very important practice to do it. And I normally do that using Notion. Some things is connected with my calendar and some other ones is connected in my Kanban. And by the way, we'll talk about the Kanban. And normally we will enter here when you have some actions to do it. And we need to execute that for us or for a team that we are working together is a very good one way to helping manage that and execute and mitigate procrastination. Yeah, I will show you for personal life and work and good practices. I talked a lot about that in other lives too. In here, we'll talk using directly practicing Kanban. We'll brainstorming, refining, or slicing the things and the projects that we want to do it using Goblin tools, ChatGPT, and Notion AI. So you can choose it, which one you want. You don't need to use it all. But if you want to compare them, you can do it. But I think for the most part, you can just choose one and use the free stuff. That will be enough. I will show you how. And we'll talk about the roadmap now, next, later. It's a very good way to, when you understand the objects that you want for you or the projects that you have, you need to break it down that. And these tools is very helpful to do that. This is like summarize, and I will enter now exactly in my Kanban of my TSP methods. And I have in here a specifically card like that I started to refine the storytelling for today because I'd say that we don't have a PPT today, and this will be enough. Just a draft, and we will go together. Oh, by the way, talk about exactly Notion. In here, we'll see in these three dot points that will have some configurations about the page. You can change a little bit the type of fonts. You can choose what you want. We can choose a small text. You can choose a full wide width. Normally, I use this one. You have the other type of configurations, but it isn't the focus for today. And you can use it by yourself and do how it is when you practice it. So let me start creating a workspace. And here I have a little bit more breaking down what we saw in there inside of YouTube. So configuring a workspace. What are you doing here? Are you creating? Let me minimize in here. I will open anonymous tab because I used one that we can use separately in here, and I will forward commands. And here we will start clean. So I will open the site of Notion, and you will see. By the way, it's not supposed to open my personal one. Let's see it. So we can go in. What's up to get in Notion free. Let me put in here by my side. Yeah. Okay, now I have in the other screen separated to see the chat. Just arrange the screen. Perfect. So creating a workspace. I'm start since the beginning. If you don't have an account, so you log in this site, notion.com. Oh, by the way, I didn't know why it was so in the past. Let's see. Or maybe when we are inside. So notion.com. get Notion free. You can choose these options. And one thing that I use my email that I use it for support for my method. So I can create a new account and do since a zero template, as a blank template. So support the sustainable productivity.com. I received the notification in my mail. I'll see here the other tab. So you will receive that when you try to log in or trying to do by Google. Let me check in here what I received. Yeah. So I'll copy here. I think it didn't copy right. Copy, paste. So it's asking us to create a profile. Let me just zoom. I will put in my name here, Eric TSP, similar the sustainable productivity. Don't choose a password in here. Let me see. I need to find the. I don't want anybody that is mean to use that. So I will create a specific crazy one in here for now. Normally I use it password generator. So continue. Oh, yeah. So you can choose it for what you want to use it. Anyways, which one do you choose it? Which one you choose? You can use the templates for the other one. So if you want to create a personal one to track projects and company goals, or the inverse, it's possible. Vice versa, it's possible. So I'll do the for work. Maybe it will directly us to with my team, with my one. I think in the beginning Notion will give you some templates as a suggestions. It's possible. So what kind of work you do? I think I'll put an educator in here. What's your role? For now, I'm a solopreneur, freelancer. One. What are you planning on using Notion for? For today, we'll create docs, but you can do other stuffs. By the way, when we use a Kanban and roadmap, it's very connected to project goals and talking about the journals. So wikis you can create. We use the Notion AI. You can organize in your meetings inside in here too, but I don't recommend. Maybe I will talk about that today in practice. But for now, I'll put it just to projects. Oh, I'm seeing here is putting for us in here. We can add in here and see what will happen. Because I don't know. We'll check together. It was a long time that I didn't create a new account in Notion since I created my other one. Give your workspace a name. I put it in the same name of my workspace. My user. So what? Look at what Notion did for us. It's like getting started. I didn't remember about that, and we can follow through together till you see it. Because in doing that, we'll pass through a lot about what we have for today. A lot of it that checklist. So click anywhere and just start typing. So this is a page. It's similar with a doc. A docs. If you are using a Word or Google Docs, it's very similar. So if I click in here, Look at what happens if I click it. And I digit. I forgot the word digit. No, my mind it isn't so well for now. Is tired a little bit. So let's use is digitar to type. I forgot that. So I'm doing this first checkbox. So I can click it and type it anywhere. It's a doc. I give some enter space in here. I click it, some enter, and I'm just digiting whatever. And when we click in here, look at what happens. It's like a checklist. This is one part of the formatting pages. This is a page inside the Notion. And looking here in the left, if I click in here, oh, it doesn't have any page in here. If you want to create a page inside in here, maybe we'll follow this in here. We can follow all, and let's see what happens. So hit, I don't remember this word English. I forgot that is good if I put this in here. Let's see what it told me. No, I want to from Portuguese. Bar. I think it's bar. Hit bar to see all the types of content you can add and what it has inside the Notion. Notion is made about blocks. So each line in here, look at this type of a thing. This plus in here to add a new block. All of this is like blocks inside the Notion. So besides this one that is a text title, you can click in here and add new block. So I want to click a new block. You created and it's showing me the blocks that the Notion has. It's text, is a page that you can create a new page inside from here. Remember that all this is pages inside of the Notion. I can create a to-do list directly. If I click in here, this happens. And this one's telling us to click bar. It's a shortcut. If I put it bar in here, look at what appears. It's the same way when we click in there as I showed before. If you click in the plus, or if you click in, when you see here, let me see. If you click in here, it's these options that appear is talking about this specific block. Or I can delete, I can duplicate. Look what happens, duplicate. I can put suggestions in here. So this part, it isn't edition. So if you are working together with other people and sharing the same wiki together with a team, you can use the suggestions to not edit something. It's like a comment inside of the Google Slides or Google Docs or a Word, Microsoft Word, or a comment inside a spreadsheet. So I can put any comments in here. I need to be in here. And I can close the suggestions. And I come back in here and the suggestions you will stay in here. I can reject the suggestion and keep it. I will delete this one. This we have in here the part of the AI. Look at directly with a block. And this part connected with one of your checklists for today. In here we have another part of the AI that you can click it, but you will not enter here. We will pass through first creating and editing pages and text formatting. By the way, let me open here to keep in here to remember together. I put in multi here. So we did the creation of your workspace. You saw how was quick, just creating accounts and replying some questions Notion that made for us. And so we are editing pages and creating. So we are text formatting and lists. Inside in here, we saw this type of bar and we can add these suggestions from Notion. So let's add the header. I'll put it directly in here. Look at the type of headings Notion has. Heading 1, 2, and 3. And normally it's enough. I can put another title here. Example of it title using heading 1. Or for who uses HTML, H1. Or it's H1. I don't remember. It's a long time, but whatever. So we created a header. We can add videos. So let me try a video. I put a bar. You can you can type in after bar, and you to filter the blocks type is inside of Notion that it's giving for us. So I can embed from YouTube, and I can put it directly the link, for example, this one from the live. You can use another one. Let's see the suggestions that I put in here. Work music. Work music. I will click share. I will copy it and paste in here and embed the video and appear directly in here inside of the page. If I click play, it will start playing. And you can readjust in here the video. You have some options. Let me see in here. You have some options in here for Notion, like putting a comment, aligning. So I can align here or I can align here. Remember, that's all blocks. So in Notion guidelines, you can saw it in there if you look for a tutorial inside the official site, the Notion official site. You will saw it that they using a good analogy telling these blocks like Legos. So we start to build them and connect them they like it, the way that you like it, the way that you prefer. And this is very similar if you connect it with what you do, probably you do or saw in your company. If you have an intranet or a place that your organization do some communications and put wikis in there, it's very similar with that, and is one of the uses that you can have with Notion, just for weeks, just for guidelines, or just notes for yourself. It's a way to organize in here, and I will show you how I'll do for myself. I can show you my personal one. We'll create together from zero, and now I can show after mine. Let's see. You can put a caption in this video. What else? You can click in here, go directly to original. That was this link. These three dot points. There's some other stuff like delete, duplicate. You can copy the link directly. You can replace it or move it to. This move it to is to move it to another page or to another table inside the page. So if you click in move it to, it's appearing for us in here. My workspace, just getting started. By the way, we didn't click in these ones below. We'll go in there after just getting started. And you can search directly in here. If you have a lot of stuff is inside the Notion, you can ask in here, you can search in here the page or the table and it will appear for you. One thing that is good about Notion AI, if you're not very good to organize and structure, if you're just doing brain dump, taking things from your mind and creating these weeks, when you use this AI, it's already a connection that we can do it. You can ask stuff that are inside your workspace. So sometimes you remember something that you put in here, but you don't remember where it is. You can ask it directly in here, and Notion will reply for you. So we don't have a lot of stuff is in here, but I didn't use this one before looking for that because for now I'm very organized. And normally I know where it is, so I don't use this one. Normally, what I use more in Notion when I want to do something, update something, I go directly in search. But to help us, this is like a template that appear for us. We use some of them to show you when we go through the template parts. You can use in here specifically to look for a page. Let's see this project one. We can ask about it. What is the projects page inside my team space? Let's see what Notion will give it to us. I don't know. Will be a test. So we're thinking. See more. Getting started with the docs. Getting started with the meeting notes. So because I asked it specifically about the inside, so it's showing us if I click in here, probably we'll have this stuff in here. Let's click and we can come back in here after to see what it has in there. Oh, it's getting started specifically for projects to help us to configure it. By the way, I'll not use this one because you will enter in another contest that I don't want to enter in here for this live because you will need to go profound in that. Not for today. You can use it for yourself if you want to discover and use the patterns that it will give you. But this is very different of my approach from the sustainable productivity. You can test it and you see it, the difference watching my lives and use these templates. And for today, when I help you to create, I will help you to create a Kanban board, and I will remember you about some good practices and how to plan in a way that it can be more adaptable for you. Is very different from these normal ways of do it or traditional ones or like a to-do list. Normally it isn't so good. There's a lot of problems with that, but you not this is not the object for today. For today is going in practice hands-on inside the Notion. This is the focus. So I create videos, I come back for the getting started. So we can create sub pages, let's do that. So we are inside the getting started, you can create in here, add a page inside. It's a way. But if you use it like it's showing for us in here, you can click a bar and it will appear us to create, let me give enter. It will appear for us directly here. I will put a page. By the way, it was the second one in here. Embed the sub page inside this page and created for us. We can create in here example of your sub page. Example 1. When we was in here that I was telling you, if you will click in here, it will do the same. All appearing here, but maybe in video to be not so good. Let me not so good. So example 2 of a sub page. And this is enough. It's already saved. You don't have here like a click button. If you click in here, it will open the full page. If I click outside, it will close. And it's already here what we created. And if I open there, it's clean. We can do in this one. I didn't notice in getting started, but let's continue in this. Finish this one first to be good. By the way, remember, yeah, we started this video call, this live video call, this live at 7:45, 7:48 probably. We'll go until 8:45. It will be maximum. I don't want to record a little more or more than that. I think it'll be enough for this live. If we have more stuff to talk about it, if you didn't finish all these bullets, I will do another live to complement and 1 more hour or I can guess and I will give you an estimation for the other one. So looking here when we created that sub page in here, it's appearing here but not appearing the example 2 because we create from here. It's probably that this example 2 is on in the end of this page. Let's see it. Yeah, it's appearing here. It's because like a pattern from Notion. When you create from the menu, it's appearing here. If you create you using the bar, like we did in this example one, it will appear where you put it the bar. So this one we finished it. We did some. By the way, there's like etc. In here. We have a lot of other stuff that we can create in here. Let me show you. We can create a table, a bullet list, similar with the docs and in a slide, the same one of the number list. The toggle is something that you create inside and you can collapse. Let me show you. So, example of a toggle inside Notion. If I click in here, it will appear like this, and I can put a line 2. I can create in here too. Remember that these blocks that we were talking about, I can take this video and click in here and drag. I can put inside in here. Look at, if I want in some way, for I don't know what you organize, but if it for you makes sense, because it's just for you, using Notion to organize ideas, to organize your notes, and not to keep them in a lot of spaces, in post-its in your table, in post-its in your wall, notes inside your cell phone. Is awful to organize your mind and the ideas that you have. It isn't so good because you can connect to where you're looking for some information, or you forget. It's probably you forget. You do some notes about something that you need to do and you forget, or some note about some specific idea that you are having or writing in your physical notebook. It's a very common way you can use it, but as soon as possible, put in digital, because you can search it better and you can put the actions better in there if it's a really priority for you. If not, go in your backlog list. We talked about that using Kanban in other lives, in other videos in this YouTube, and we'll do in here the next steps, creating a Kanban. It will be this bullet. For now, we are doing like that. So we can create the tables too. Let me show you what happens in Toggle before. We created the Toggle in here. If I click it, it collapse all what we put in there. This is a Toggle. If you never heard this word, what else we have in here when you click in bar to show you? We can have this table. It's similar with you can create more columns in here. You can create more lines if you want. Is a way to organize your informations too. And by the way, you can use it like I will do one with you using templates in here. Not appearing templates in here. I think it just for pages. We'll do that. In here, templates. I clicked in here in templates is the way to go. And we can look for in here like examples of a table. To-do list, personal OKRs. Let's see this personal OKRs, what it has. It's organized similar in a, let's see. It's organized some objectives. So in here it's a column. Look at how many blocks there's in here. I think it's better when we go using templates after, because there's a lot of information here. Now that I'm getting this feeling, but this space in here, like different from the other ones, is like a block. This personal OKR's title, this is type of a block, and using this gray color behind. This is a line. This is a table in here, and you can have this is a different type. It isn't exactly a table. This is, I forgot the name in here. No, not this one. Uh, it's a list. Let's see if it's a list. I think it is a list. You can put different stuff in here, like look at these layouts. Create a board for us, but which was it's a table in this type of view. Look at the different type of a table in here. It's different from the other one that we created. I want you to find this one to create directly in that page that we was. Let me go back. We was in getting started because look at the difference in here. In here you can create the um, the column names. This is just a different type of tables and you can organize it in different ways. This one is similar, is more similar with like a database, but I don't know if because we have more options in there. I'm saying database because there's this option in here. These options, this type table view, this one, table view. Look at, it's similar with the page that we just created in here, this untitled. And you can add your other table other columns in here and you choose the type of the column. Oh, I want to be a multi select, I want a status, let me see, I want a column that represents a date, depends of what you want to organize. And in here you could create the lines, so each line of this one represents a weak page in here, represent a page. So I will show you an example. Item inside of this table. And look, there's this type of fields in here. A multi-select one that we didn't define the properties, but we can choose that. This is a thing that we're supposed to do today that is like creating editing tables. So edit properties. You can choose the type in here too. We already selected the multi-select. So the multi-select, you will choose this one. If you want a field that using like labels. So if it's an information that you want to store in this type of table, like some notation that you are doing, let me edit property. We can add an option here. Now using an example in here for if you are organizing some information about things to buy for a company or for yourself, you can categorize using this mode select option. So if it's supposed for yourself, I not use it for this, but we can search the template. Some people use it, and you can adapt for you. Resources, food, and we can call it this field as type of product. This resource is very broad. Yeah, we can put the other thing here like um, forgot the name of a mobile, not mobile that I was looking for. This it isn't a good example that I'm giving. I can show you open one mine in here. Let me see. I will open my personal one. Let me minimize. Yeah. Let me open here the other screen and I'll go to there. I use table for content. It's a good thing, but it isn't a table. Use for codes. This is a good one. This is a good one. Let me move it for the other screen. So look at this type of a table that I created for myself. I had this type of quotes in a lot of places using for myself, for inspiring me or for using for some different type of content to create some training. And I all the time went to there, get it again this quote and use it for other stuff. And I create some type of tags in here. Let me use it. Uh, let me give you a zoom. So I create some type of tags in here, and it's easy for me to find some specific context that I want a specific quote. And quote is normally good to connect it with the subject we are talking about. So let's see the tags that I have in here, because there's a time that I don't look in here. We can sort it, we can filter. We'll filter for tags, and let's see what we have in here. I want about the stress and overload or overload. And this configuration it's my for myself. I did it, not the other person. So in the midst of movement and chaos, keep the stimulus inside of you. This is connected with the stoicism too. I noticed that I didn't put in here before. Maybe I created this tag is after, and I'm adding right now. And it's okay if it doesn't have all the information that you have in the beginning. You not have everything like that. Probably you don't. This it isn't important for you. This is important for me. That's why I created. So the informations that you have in your mind or in your notes, post-its, that's what you will try to use in Notion to have a better structure and find the information and not stay remember about things when you are trying to go to sleep or getting stressful to trying to remember something and don't remember to do it. So Notion helps with that a lot. So this is an example of a table view. I think is a good one to change this. I will put it inside here. Maybe we can come back. Let's see when we continues. I'm noticing the time right now, and it's already 8:30. Can't believe it. That's so fast. So we finished this one. I think you've been enough. You can find it, use the bar and look at what it has in here, and you can play. You can play. So let's go to the other checklist in here. Highlight any text and use the menu that pops up to style your writing however you like it. So this is exactly example of what we can do. We can put it a bold, we can put it like I don't know this name in English, like structure. We can put it just like mark as a code, mark as code. You can put it like a link. Look at, and you can put it like it is with a color behind. And we'll do it with this one, like highlight any. So look at the menu that it opens for us. We can put it that bold. You can put it italic. This part of the mark as a code is what he did in here. You can use the equations in here inside if you are using for work. You can use it for that. Your informations. You can add a link. It's similar what they did in here with this word you, and you can edit it after. And the texture colors is some patterns to use it. Oh, I want to go pink in here, or I want to go choose this blue behind. You can use it. This done. See these bullets in here to the left. Look at this left that we used it before. To of this checkbox on hover. If we are seeing. Click and drag to move this line. So remember, inside the Notion is blocks, and you can move it whatever you want. And you can decide if you want to go inside in here. Look at depends of you what you are storing of your information. It's a content management in here. It's like I mean think about the word the LMS, but not this. I forgot it for the word for the knowledge management. It's a way to store knowledge too, but there's another word that I don't remember. But it's okay for now. The important stuff that you are getting a feeling that you can create these weeks and store information here. Probably you do that in other platforms inside the company that you work. Click the plus page, new page at the top of your sidebar to add a new page. We did that in here. Remember? Click calendar in your sidebar to manage your time and work together. Notion's calendar app is integrated and synced with all your Google Calendar events. I will be sincere with you that I used it before. I didn't like so much. I don't know if it was because the usability. Maybe I didn't use it a lot. Maybe it's because a very big change for me. Normally, I use it directly here. The Google Calendar it is enough for me. But the one thing that I know about Notion, you can connect very well your tasks with the calendar, and maybe this is something that I can automate to give me some velocity to do some stuffs. It's something that I need to experiment more. So we will do that creating like a calendar to use it. So click calendar and sidebar to manage your timing. Let's see where is calendar. Oh, it's in here, calendar. I think you work it just if you will connecting here, and I will not do this one with you guys today. Yeah, it's just with the Google Calendar. If it's not supposed to be the context for today, maybe in the future we'll do it. Highlight Alan Kay's name and ask AI to explain who Notion's favorite scientist is. Remember that we have Notion AI in here, right? So if you click it, if you noticed before, when we clicking everywhere, in this menu appears about asking AI, explain. You can use it everywhere, this. So I will do this that Notion are asking us, explain. Is that directly searching? The pioneer computer science, known for inventing object-oriented programming and the modern graphical user interface. He developed influential concepts like personal computing and the laptop computer while working at Xerox PARC in the 90s. You can use some stuff in here from this explanation. Look at insert below, try again. Just try again, he will search again and try to explain something different if it depends of you are asking for. Or you can close. Click templates in your sidebar to get started with the pre-built page. We did that in here before, but we didn't use it. We use it right now. So let's see what we can use in here. Look at Notion annual planning exercise. This is good. Connects very well what we are using here. Some things can be different about the sustainable productivity, but it's okay for now just to show you the templates. And of course, you can use it if you make sense for you. But I alert you that is different. A little bit. Sometimes very connected. So we can see a preview, but I go directly with the ad to see what will happen in here in our sidebar, and we can navigate it. Look at when I click in ads. I can add directly in private or team space. This team space is good if you start to share it to other people. If it's just for you, you can put in private. Template is being added. You can create sites inside of here. I never did that before, but I already saw it people in in the marketing internet using creating sites and divulgating the link of their Notion. It's a way to do it too. Template is ready. We can go and see template. So it's appearing here. Let's see if it has something inside. Look at what it has inside in here. Look at this type of icons in here. Just because they use the icon. So let's see the first this one. Let me take here a little bit the zoom. So Notion annual planning exercise, background, strategic operational planning. Look, it is a toggle. And there's a lot of things inside. A good planning process starts with aligning the entire company on clear vision. This doesn't change often. It's a crisp translation. And looking like a good practice. This is a good. This is very connected with sustainable productivity. This part. So you have a vision for yourself. In here is connected with the business, but you can have for you what you have. What your vision for yourself. For next 3 years, mid-term strategy, company objectives. You can have your objectives for a year, for the year. By the way, this connected very well what we are living right now, right? We are going to December. By the way, I'll do a specific live to help you to plan your 2025. If you watch my live before, it was about that, but we'll do another one. I didn't define yet the agenda, but probably in the middle of December. I'm not sure yet. So coming back in here, the suggestions in here to define your annual planning, uh, your objective for the year, your operational plans for 6 months is like a breaking down, a funnel, right? So there's some specific direction here to continuous. Look at how many blocks there's in here and directions to go. It's a lot of information. There's like a planning calendar showing you how to use some specific fields that we saw before. Just a status in here, a type. I don't recommend you use status as this type of view. It's better if you use it in a Kanban style, considering that this is columns. And there's a lot of UIs about that if you saw it my lives, my before lives, and the next ones that I'll do about it. Look at that. There's like a categorization here, a type that this template they define, the name, the things that they need to do, the dates that they want to do it. By the way, they did it. This one they did it done. This in progress is it isn't yet. There's a owner, a who. So you can create these columns depends of you what you need to organize, right? Planning deliverables. It's a way to organize like that, but for me it isn't effective. There's some type of description of the things in here inside, and we can enter inside in here in the left. What did they bring for us? The planning calendar. Oh, it's separated. Notice this inside and they put in here. Look at the planning deliverables, and this icon that is appearing here is the icon that you can change if you want, and you can choose a color. There's icons and emojis that you can use it. I want to use this one and changing here is organization for yourself. If you want to give you a customized one, it's similar what I did in here, right? For myself, looking here the icons that I use it for journal, for workouts, for I have a list of the movies and series, places that I want to travel someday, reference that some people gave me. My digital brain. This is a term that you use it, and there's another one, the second brain. Is the thing that we have your primary brain, but we have your gut that is considered a second brain too. But some people use it, the second brain, digital brain, to explain this that we are taking out information from our mind and putting in a digital way or writing and help us to brainstorming better, to connect better the ideas, to organize the ideas and define a better plan. When we store just our mind and try to define some solutions or organizing projects or plan, probably if you not use something to write, to type, or to make a design, a visual thinking, will not help you to go the effectively what you want to achieve it. And if you need to communicate and align with people, if you're not doing that, putting in a visual way, you'll not be so effective. It's like the ways that we communicate, right? The difficulties that we have as people. A process of communication. Yeah, we say something and the other person hear in another way. If you use an artifact, if you use a visual way, it's better to align and define the directions that you want to go, or create something together. Not as good only for us, but if you are going to work with the other people. So I'll take it out again just from quotes. I'm noticing there's already 8:43, and I'm open to go until 9 to see where we can until where we can achieve it for today. So I think I showed you a lot of here about the templates, and we have a lot in here. Look, it's specific for discovery, specific for work. It's a extensive uh, library. So a specific one here for social media content, for task list, for money tracker, for job applications, for trading journal. Let me see what else. Brand guidelines, simple budget tracker. I recommend you to do that in a spreadsheet, this type of information. But if you want to use Notion for that, you can use it too. Startup Launchpad Starter. Think it's big in prep. It's planning to do it right. You can organize in Notion too. Apartment hunting. If you are looking for and you need to organize what you are finding, not only in your bookmarks because this is very common, and this is a extensive list that never ends. And Notion is can be a way that you can organize. Photo organizer. What else? I think it's repeating this. Photo organizer. Is it repeating? Is in a loop? Or podcast manager. So this is just to show you the possibilities with templates. We have about life in here, is culture. But for a start, I recommend that you play as we did in here and start to take away things from your mind and organize in here in a blank space. It will help you enough. It will help you a lot. You can create like these tables to organize, depends of you want to organize. You can create these ones, depends of the information that you want to give some structure. You don't need to do all them in the same moment. Start small. Start with a phrase and starting just in writing like in a diary. Like this is very common when you talk about the journaling as a stoic. There's different ways to do it. Can be bullet points of the actions, can be retrospective about how was your day, what we did good and need to do tomorrow and next week. Or you can write like a journal about your day, like writing a history, a story. Like, tomorrow I wake up I wake up in ecstasy. I don't know if it is excited. Why? I'm writing because excited because I wasn't planning that for doing right now. I'm doing directly with you, giving your suggestion and doing practice. So let me give you a zoom in. So tomorrow I wake up excited because I have a live tonight. A YouTube live tonight. Tonight, I I plan I planned um good collaborative build definition of the OKRs inside the things that I'm working um and uh and it's the day to finish it one of the trainings about agile ways of working. This is some stuff that I did today. Not going details about what I launched and how was if AI did this type of analysis for me, look at my calendar, I know I didn't have some breaks today. It was just going from calls, sending messages, and I stayed just sitting the whole day practically. Say it was of working. I walked 30 minutes to arrive my job, the office. This was good. And I can write that. Oh, it wasn't so good. This is like a diary. This is a type of journaling too. Let me see. Ah, right, right. Good, Felipe. Jeez. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Felipe is saying chats. Oh, today I went to gym with Felipe and it was good. I didn't want it. I didn't sleep very well, but I went together. And it's good to have it. This is like some of the tips to create a good habit, right? If you have some person to do together. So and it's difficult to create this habit if you are not going to the gym, right? Or keeping your diet, whatever. It's a good habit to do it too. And Felipe is saying here, and tomorrow I'll go again. And tomorrow I'll go again. And we can use the, I like to use the emojis. So let's see. No, I don't remember emojis in here. Ah, yeah, I think I can go. Yeah. This is an action, right? If I'm doing this type of journaling, a diary, what I suggest in this type of a thing that I reflect with myself, add this in your agenda. It will help you to have a commitment with yourself, to help you to plan your night in here, to sleep well. Tomorrow morning, by the way, yeah. Going specifically, we talked about that in our live, in our, I think it was live 4, talking about the annual planning and talking about habits and procrastination. This is a way to go specific and mitigate procrastination. You give a specific day, you give a specific time, you put it this in your agenda, you add this in your agenda. It's a way to help you to commit it. It's possible to fail. It's sure it is. But if you do this type of planning, it's possible that you will try to commitment to yourself or other people. In this case, with Felipe, to go together to help. It's another thing to help to not procrastinate. So this is something that I was showing you to start. If you don't know where to begin, you don't need to use that templates for the beginning with a lot of stuff to use it. It's possible that it will be a barrier for you to start to use Notion. This is a way to use it. Just notes, and you can put it by day. Like if you wanted to arrange that by day, you can add inside like a page. Look if I do that. Went directly to here because I moved it and this page it was a view table. You can move it from here from other place if you want to. But it isn't this case. I will give you a undo. But if you want to separate your notations for a page, like remembers that each item here is a page too. If in here it's showing the table, but look if I click in this open, what happens? Another page. There's the specific fields for us inside of this table. You can create the other properties if you want. And you can start to using here similar with a page again. Look at the blocks that you can add in here too. You have this flexibility inside the Notion and organize the way that is better for you. Let's see other stuff. 8052. We go to 9. This is a toggle block. Click the little triangle to see a few useful links. So we saw that before. Click templates, we did it. Let's go back because we did a lot of the getting started. We pass a lot of stuff in here. We created the pages, text formation, list tables, we use the templates, we talk about the journal, like a Stoic. If you have a list of things that you need to buy, normally you keep in mind if you don't notice, if you don't typing anywhere, if you don't type in your cell phone, if you don't type in a post-it or a physical note or a paper. So one thing that you can do is write that inside of your calendar or inside of a wiki page of Notion if you want. After you buy the stuffs, delete it. You don't need to keep it. You to discard it. It will be waste of information here to organize. If you want to buy it, delete it. The way that I use it for now, using in a calendar, I create normally a task for me in a specific time. Oh, I'll buy in this day, in this hour. And I start to put in there. If I remember the stuff, I go in there and put in this note. It's a way to do journaling like a stoic. They did that in the past, and it's continues to be a good way to not forget things. Kanban for personal life and work and good practices. Specifically about a lot of good practice, I recommend that you watch the last lives. But I will show you how to create a Kanban board in here in Notion. It's similar what we did before in here. I will go in one of these pages, and now you create. I think you click in here, it will appear. It will appear in here boards, and you can create using bar too. If I click in here, look at board view, and I will take a little bit of the zoom. It's already created for us a proto Kanban that we talked in the lives before in other lives. That's just these columns. You have not started, in progress, done. The terminology that we used before, it was not started, but it's the same meaning, it's similar. Let me just rearrange here because it's accommodate my talk. So I want to edit this is a property inside of a board view. So we can click I think is in properties and status. And we can edit in here. Look, we are editing this type of columns in here, this title, because it used a different configuration in Notion. And we can put in here backlog. And it's a list that you have something to do it. Oh, it's up here. This wasn't the thing that I was expecting. Let me give a reload. Oh, I don't know why it was like a bug that appears. Except you reload. So you can create a list of things that you need to do. We did in another life using Trello. We can go in there and we'll get it. This is anonymous. I will open the other one. To reutilize, reuse, to reuse. We have it created with the Goblin tools. By the way, we'll not do today a lot of more using Goblin tools and ChatGPT. But in this one, you can watch it. What is the more? Free masterclass. I don't know which was appearing there. This exercise we did since the beginning in our lives, creating an objective and putting here some stuffs in backlog. Is similar in here what we are doing in Notion. So you can go in here and add in here as things that we need to do it. Didn't copy paste it because I used the wrong shortcut. It's a way. So that's why in my lives before I didn't start to use it Notion because of all the features. It can be a barrier for some people to start to use it. And in our lives talk about Kanban, we went directly using here and we talk about how to manage that, how to use limit work in progress. We talk about how to keep a continuous improvement of creating some steps for our workflow management, flow management, for flow management. And it's the same good practice for here. I don't need to replicate again this good practice because of the time that I want to close today until 9. But watch the lives before to see this good practice and how to apply. This is how to create a Kanban for your personal life or for work, but some specific contents that I can bring in here. Let me see my notations in here. Because I put some stuffs. You use it before the OKRs. Let me open here. Using with ChatGPT. This was a way that I give you some context before going to Trello nor other lives. Another live can be strange. Nor YouTube lives that I did with you. Let me see the other ones. OKRs for investment companies. So I put it just a context in here for this specific case. Control more. So I give you a context to ChatGPT. I have a company with a product of investments. Please give me 10 examples of good objectives following the OKR framework practices. And they give you for us in here some objectives and clear results. We copy that. We use the Goblin tools to do this type of work of breaking down. If you watch it or live 3 or live 2 3, it will show you how we did that in practice. We did it like in hands-on too. And this is something that you can do it the similar way for your life or for your company or for your projects. Probably you have projects that you are doing or tasks. Is a way that you can do it and start to manage your work in this way. As I said before, this live, the objective isn't to talk about good practice of flow management. It's just to show you how to do it, this type of stuffs inside of Notion. I can show you mine. Let me show you my. If I go directly in here, my goal intentions. I have like a personal Kanban in here. Some stuff is that I needed to do it. And some stuff is that is doing, some stuff is that I finished, to help me to not forget specific stuffs. And if I open one of these cards specifically for my TSP method, that I entered with you in the beginning of this live with my Kanban of things that I want to do it for my method. There's a lot of stuff in here, my backlog, my to do. I didn't start with all these columns. I started just what I showed you before in here. It was starting like that, just to do, doing, done. Let me come back in there. It was example one. I started like that, taking away things that was in my mind in progress, and taking away from my mind, adding here the things that I wanted to prioritize to do it. When this column of backlog started growing so much and it was difficult to manage the priorities and to see better, I created in here another status. Let me show you in here. Let me give you a zoom again. For this specific one, if I want to create a specific column before in progress and after backlog, I suggest you use the to do. It's enough. Or refining depends of you what you want to do it to see for yourself to manage that better. We can create another one that is still a to do. It didn't start it yet, and can represent this order. So if I'm looking my backlog, there's a lot of cards in here, and I noticed that this is supposed to give me a better deliverable, what I want for myself of this work that I'm doing. So I added in to do. I can add this other one to help me to decide in a big list in here to show exactly the work that I already did of prioritization and focus what really matters. And talk about what's really matter about the value. I recommend that you watch the other lives that we did, YouTube lives. When I'm saying lives, it seems like my life, other, but watch the other lives. That there's more good practice for that, for prioritization and help you in execution for your 2025 or for the next week. You decided it's possible to implement. Let's see the other stuff. Brainstorming, refining. I showed you some stuff is before, is 94. Is before, is 94. And the other one that lasted in here, it just roadmap. I think we can finish in here, yeah. 94, just to close that, the big ones. What is this roadmap now next later? This type of roadmap is like a Kanban board too. We will do in another view in here because it doesn't have anything, just to not be overwhelmed with the other information. We can create again a Kanban boards, and the columns that we will have it to be just the now, next, and later. Let me add them. I will change the names in here so like it is not started the in progress. I think not be so good using this. Let me. I think we can change the groups. It could be better to show you what I'm saying. Layout, group by. This is a configuration here that you good to know. Look at that in here. This command board is grouping by a property called status. So we are looking here, group by status. You can choose another one. Let me see, group by. We can create. I think I will create another property in here. I will do that with you. We'll create another property, new property. That it will be not a status. It will represent a type of a status, but I will call it the roadmap. This doesn't need to be exactly like that. It's just a way to do it. You can autofill with look at this AI in here. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Generate new options. We can give you a prompt. No, I think it will better if you go directly. Continue editing. Oh yeah, discard. Let's go back. So we'll change in here with AI. We'll add the properties because it will be faster. Because I don't want to brainstorm for that. I know directly what we need to do. So I created this property. We can now change the group by in here. And to be now, next, later. Yeah. Let me go back in here. Properties, group. What? Groupy by roadmap. It wasn't what I expecting. Because in here, let me see. I will add one. And we'll put in now. Yeah, now it makes sense. Okay. So we'll create another one that which is this name, but I want to go in later. The other one in next. This is something that's connected to what we saw before. We can use an example of these templates of Notion, helping you to define an annual plan. If you watch my first live of the annual flexible plan that we have in here, let me go back in my channel. I will specifically show you how to do it that in hands-on. Um, is specifically this one. How to stop planning wrong and copy better with chaos. In this one, I will help you, I will show you here. I showed how to do this type of planning in this funnel. Not exactly like that, but is adapted. What I saw for my person, the sustainable productivity that is flexible for you. You have a plan, you go to a direction, have a vision, and that will help you to create. I helped you to create that. Just to watch that video. I can do a specific ones after. And as I said before, talk about going to December is a good life to do it again. I will improve that and do it. But for now, if you want to do it to improve your plans for the year, you can use this type of a structure of the roadmap in now, next, later to organize your vision, to organize the project that you did want to do it for the year, the objectives that you had, and you don't need to overthink a lot about that. You can go directly. It's possible that you have a task in mind, like I will say example here. I can show you mine. I will show you mine. Let me go in here. And we are almost finishing, yeah. That's my 9010. Let me see. Let me open here my personal one to show you what I have for me here. Let me pass through here. When you are defining objectives, you can have a vision in a long run, like for a year, for 5 years, or three. But something that we know, and I told you in the before lives a lot, our plans will change. And this type of roadmap help us to not need to do a lot of updates in that, because you know the dates will change. So you can have like this type of roadmap that I will put the projects that I want for me in a bigger view, just in this column now. That's my prioritization. Let me give you like a zoom in here. So for myself, when I achieve that, my goal intentions, because it's intentions more than a fixed goal. I discovered for myself that my principal ones was improving mental and physical health and achieving keeping financial freedom. This connects with a lot of prioritization that I do in my life. I go with these intentions. I help me in prioritize everything that I do. The knows that I save in life to not do some stuffs. You already saw it, how important it is for us to know how to say no. This is a way. If you discover for yourself and start to use it, if you want to copy this is okay. So what's connected with that? I have this create good habits, discard the bad ones. It's connected with the both for myself when I did that. In is the hypothesis that is connected with that, and I will know that breaking down that. So creating these good habits that you use to go to the gym is something that's connected with this objective. If I want to long live, I want to live a long time and learning more, experiencing more life, and this is very important for me. I want to improve my oratory and my English. This type of thing that I'm doing here, doing these lives, is practicing more, connected with that too. Of course I need to study more, and it's inside of this card and breaking down in my to-dos inside of my personal Kanban. Be part of something bigger than me. I'm not in doing this right now. By the way, I need to see how I connected that in my day-to-day life, my week. It isn't through a prioritization for this week or the another one, but something that you're looking for next. I can put in here. Uh, I want to earn this to help me achieve that. So this project is a way. It's connected with both in here, and having more a peace, mental peace for me. I passed for some difficulties in my financial, and this is a way to help me not have this anymore and preparing more for myself in the future. The next stuff that I have, this one, look at this one, learning to play harmonica. It's very small project, but it's connected for myself to improve my mental and physical health. It is like a task in here. But for now, I just add in here because I will do later. I'll do next, not later. But now this one next. So this is something that I don't need to try to put inside of my agenda and try to conciliate with my job and personal life and try to do everything at the same time. But it is impossible. If you watched my last lives, you saw it about the 100% utilization. It's an analogy talking about uh, our work in progress. If you have a lot of stuff in your doing, it's impossible to do everything. You are changing context every time. You are not focusing. And this is bad. You are multitasking, bad for focus and bad for your productivity, bad for your mind. Is frustrating because you take more time to deliver the stuff that you want for yourself or for your job. Uh, so this is something showing you how to work is this type of roadmap in a personal way, but you can do that similar with what I did, what I showed you before in Goblin tools with the breaking down in Trello. If you watch the live one, live two, and you will see how to do connect that with this type of roadmap. So for now, if hello there, Origin YouTube. Hi, how are you? We are finishing for today, but we can rewatch the record. Thank you for being here. And before we close it, I put some observations in here. Not observations, like ideas for the next ones. I'm using a Max and I'm more productive now. I don't know if you are a robot, the origin YouTube. Let's see what a Max. Or you are promoting some product for yourself? It's probably the accessible, customizable, and powerful text editor with many features. It can be if for you it works, but I don't use it for the sustainable productivity. Yeah, the origin. It's about that. It's exactly what we have inside of the description of this live. It's Notion basics. You can read what if you want to see that how it works. There's more explanation here of the tool, the platform, and of course I'll do more videos about this because it's part of my life and not just now. It's for some years, and I saw a lot of value in helping us to achieve a sustainable productivity. That's why I'm doing that and sharing with you. So the next ideas for next lives, I have some of them here. Some of people ask me about it. If you have more comments in here or put in the chat, and I will prepare content in the future about that. So for now, we finish it. For today is good. It's good, good, good. And let me change here the screen. Where is my OBS? Here. Thank you for being here. If you're watching till here, send in the comments some ideas, suggestion ideas, or feedbacks that I can improve it. And see you later.